have to try new things, to wonder possibilities in the world. I'm curious about why I existed. Or why, if I have to help people in the world, or what's my place in the world.
You want to learn a lot about things. Like if you want to learn science, you can just search on the internet, and then you can learn more about it.
Wanting to learn more about something, to learn the details of something, and to just really want to invest your learning space and knowledge in that subject or area.
I think to be curious, you have to be two things. You have to be open to new experiences and new understandings, and you have to be thinking to yourself, what is it that I value and that I like, but also thinking about the fact that there are different ways of that.
Curious means that you're questioning about something you want to learn. So, say if you're curious about learning the life cycle of a butterfly, then you'll learn.
To wonder about something, or about what you think is important in life.
I think to be curious, you got to ask questions about life. I wonder how rain clouds form. Then you could just go to your teacher or the internet, and you can ask what makes a rain cloud.
When you're curious, you're eager to know or learn something. Like if you're curious in plants, then you would want to find out more about.
Okay, I think being curious is wanting to find out more about something. And I guess for me personally, I love finding out anything I can about Africa as a passion. But this year professionally, I would like to find out more about chaplaincy.
It means to actually wonder about something. You want to actually find out what it means.
To want to know more about anything, to want to expand your knowledge, just to understand the greater things in life. Currently, I'm really intrigued by the brain and by understanding development and what makes people say the things they say and do the things they do. If you're scared of something, you just want to, if you want to go on a ride, but it looks really scary, you just listen to your heart and then be brave, and then go on, and then you can go into it.
To be courageous, I think, is willing to stand up for what you value and believe, no matter what the cost is.
Courageous means if you're scared of something, like diving off a diving board, and you've never done it before, if you do it and if you really like it, that's called courageous.
I've seen courage in people auditioning for the musical, and when people are auditioning for other ensembles or taking an exam.
I think to be courageous, you should, if you're scared about something, you should just do it and not think about how scary it is. When I jumped off a diving board for the very first time, I was really scared.
Throughout all of Year 9 last year, we all went to Touch Point, and that was something that I think that there were little bits of it that we all sort of would step out of our comfort zone, whether it was just hanging off the edge of that cliff or just being away from your parents for 4 weeks, just writing letters, or friendship-wise, finding new friends and things like that.
Usually when you're going on a roller coaster, at the start you feel a bit nervous and excited, but at the end you want to go on it again.
To be courageous, you need to do the right thing that you feel is the proper thing to do, even when you're afraid, and even when a lot of other people probably disagree with your point of view.
To be willing to do something that no one else is willing to do. Just being myself and being 100% okay that I am made who I'm meant to be, and just to have courage in that, and just to be me.
I think to have courage, you have to be brave enough to do something, to push yourself to the limit. Well, coming here in the principal's office and talking and saying what I think about having courage and curiosity, and what it means to have Christ-led, and yeah.
To lead with Christ. So just to act out every day with the motivations of Christ in your heart, and just to act with your heart because and to love people, because that's how Jesus wanted us to live. Definitely through the teachers, they're willing to sacrifice a lot for us, to put the students and everyone else before them in times when they might have other things in their mind. They're always putting the students first.
I think we could show the love of Jesus by praying to God, and then He'll be able to lead us.
I think we can show the love of God here at school by praying and singing, and if we all be nice to each other and we live how God wants us to live.
For me personally, I look for Christ in the actions of people, and what I see at Redeemer most often is acts of service, which I think is very Christ-like, and also acts of love for one another. So the simple act of keeping the paths clean and keeping the gardens clean, I think is an act of Christ-like service and care for
I think we
others.
can show the love by helping poor people who don't have that much stuff that we have.
Definitely in the teachers and the staff, just by encouraging students to step out of that comfort
When
zone.
you're Christ-led, it means that Jesus is everywhere, and Christ is motivating you to keep going and try your best. I see it in the teachers and in everybody interacting with one another, and in devotions, and especially When we in wake chapel. up, remember to pray and to be thankful that we woke up to this morning, and when we're eating our meals, to just pray to Jesus and thank Him for the opportunities that He gives us. This year, I've noticed already the chaplaincy program is doing really well. The teachers that are involved are being really caring and considerate, and they're helping when they need to help those people. And also, it's only week 1, but the grade 12 leaders that have been elected are doing an amazing job, and they're asking people questions and doing all they can to look after the younger ones that are starting out in
To
senior.
be Christ-led is all about completely trusting and focusing on Christ every single day of your life, every minute of every day. And I guess for me, I see Christ at Redeemer in the wonderful people that He has called to work in this place, especially past people as well as our present staff. But I also see Christ in my students that I interact with, and also in the wonderful facilities and grounds that we get to enjoy here on a daily basis, especially our beautiful chapel.